There.
Okay. There's a growing problem within the school districts of Oregon, and its growing number of youth that are classified as homeless. During the 2013-2014 school district, or during the school year, there were 853 students classified as homeless. In Salem, statewide, there were 18,902 students that were considered homeless, and the numbers grow from year to year. Even though there are programs in place to help these youth, there's not enough. There's not enough resources, and there's not enough answers and solutions for these kids. When youth do not have an appropriate place to call home, they become classified as at risk. These are youth that may not be considered bad, but if these students do not receive help, there will be a greater risk of them becoming indigent. These students need to be able to have a place where he or she can call home, be loved and nurtured, and be taught be taught common life skills. Some of the students are classified as couch surfers, meaning students move from home to home each day. This may provide shelter, however, it does not provide stability. When there is no stability in life, the student will fall in the cracks and the student will ultimately fail. There are some youth who already live on the streets. Once students begin living on the streets is where the real problems begin. Many times the student does so out of rebellion, but other times there may be other problems that people may not know about. And they need a living situation that will provide them security and stability and structure. In order to develop this type of program, there will be a need for families and individuals willing to open their homes to these youth. This would provide shelter, stability, nutritional meals, and a place to study. Families and/or individuals who would be willing to have one of these youth in their home are the people that we would be looking for. During this time, the youth will receive direction to help develop life skills and receive nurturing that has not been received. Even though there are many youth that fall into this category, this particular program will be limited to youth who desire changes in his or her life, for youth who have aspirations and want more from life than what has been offered at this time. If a youth has a criminal background or has a background of causing trouble, this would not be a program for this particular youth, unless the youth could demonstrate that there is a desire to change. There are two theories that would be focused on in this program. The first one would be social exchange. The youth will be taught how to develop strong, healthy relationships. This will be a difficult task, but the student will learn that relationship is foundational to every aspect of life. They will learn how to respect and respond to people in a kind, compassionate way, and how to show a person that they are concerned and that they really care about what is going on in their life. They will also learn how to take instruction from another person, be it an adult or a peer. The other theory that will be used will be the human ecology theory. The youth will be taught what a healthy family structure looks like and what the signs of dysfunction are, and how to develop a lifestyle that would be healthy. The youth will be taught how to have healthy balance in life with time for family, time for friends, time for work, time for school, and time for social activities. In order to develop a coalition of stakeholders, there will need to be networking collaboration done within the community. Backing from the community is essential for a program like this to be developed. In order for networking collaboration to happen, it will be necessary to attend a variety of community meetings. There are many groups here in Oregon, in Salem, that are intended to help the development of community and to help development of struggling youth, and so this would be a place to start. Attendance at these meetings would be a great way to introduce the program to the community, as well as a time to scope out possible stakeholders. To begin with, specific individuals and families would be asked to be involved in creating a safe, secure place for youth at risk. People who have a distinct interest in the community, as well as desires to be a catalyst for youth change, are the ones that would be targets. For each host home that is in place, a team will be formed to support the system to be a support system for the family, as well as the youth. There will be mentors. There will be a group of people that can provide respite, that can provide resources, as well as any additional support that is needed. Mentors for the youth would be established, and they would, even though the family would be providing the main portion of the retraining, a mentor would be beneficial. The mentor would be able to give support to the issues being worked on with the family, as well as a source of reinforcement. Not meant to be threatening to the youth in any way, but so the youth will know that others are in the loop and they are there to help and support. The design of the program would be, there would be a couple of different ways to address the target groups. School counselors would be one of the target groups, as they know who the youth are that are considered to be at risk. Another target group would be through the school district itself. Pastors of local churches would also be a part of the target group for identifying youth at risk. There are also a variety of other community programs that would be included in that type of knowledge. That would be Boys and Girls Club, as well as YMCA. I'm sure there are others that I have missed. While the program is in developing stages, it would be important to continuously be evaluating the needs of the youth, as well as the family, as well as the support system and the resource people. This would be a time when current needs as well as future needs would be assessed: medical, dental, food, financial, clothing, and school supplies. While the youth can apply for food stamps through the state, they also can have medical insurance through the state. So those would be mandatory for the youth to find out for themselves and take care of. The evaluation would be completed by the family who is hosting the youth, the mentor, school counselor, and the biological parent, if the biological parent is in the picture. The change methods will be based on the following: knowledge, caring, and application. The youth will be given tasks, tools, and assignments in which he or she will relearn basic life skills. These skills will be addressed in each hosting situation, as each youth will have different levels of need. The basics will include receiving nurturing that has not been given in their normal biological family. The youth will be taught to take responsibility for actions and words in every aspect of life. They will learn to do the basic chores around the house: laundry, cooking, yard work, and this will work at teaching the youth to be disciplined, as they will need to have discipline to continue on in life. The extensiveness of the program will vary from youth to youth, as each will enter the program with different needs. There will be an initial time of 3-month enrollment. At the end of 3 months, an evaluation will be made and a decision will be made as to whether the youth is able to continue on. This will be based on attitude and the progress that has been made up to this point. Once the initial evaluation is completed, the ideal length of the program would be 9 months to a year. At the end of that time, another evaluation would be completed, and research would be done to see if the youth has a safe, healthy place to live. If there is not a safe place for the youth, a decision will be made between the youth and the family as to whether or not the youth can continue living with them. If they are all in agreement and the conditions permit, the youth would be permitted to stay with the family until he or she graduates from high school. If there is a healthy, safe environment for the youth to transition to, the youth should be at a place where he or she can re-enter life with others in a healthy manner. If there is not a healthy environment for the youth to transition to, and the host family is not able to continue with the youth, other arrangements would then need to be made. The ultimate goal is to keep the youth off the streets and in a stable environment so that they can thrive, and to keep them in a home and learning environment until they are 18. Recruitment of youth will take place through community referrals, school counselors, teachers, church liaisons, and community counselors, as well as the school district itself. Presentations regarding the program will be done in schools, churches, local, nonprofit organizations, the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, and school clubs, if applicable. The decisions, the size of the group for each presentation would ideally be between 20 and 100 people. It would depend upon where the presentation is being made and to the group of people and the interest that is shown about the topic. The setting of the program will be in individual homes, as families and or individuals would be asked to be a part of this, or would eventually show interest in it and volunteer themselves. There is no cost for the youth to be in this program. However, as mentioned before, the youth would be expected to apply for food stamps as well as health care insurance. Additional funding for the youth to be in the host home would come through private resources to begin with. Once the program has grown and more funding is needed, grants would be applied for. Facilitators would be for the program would be the families that would be hosting as well as the individuals. And these are people that would need to have a definite interest in this program and have a definite interest in youth who are in crisis. Each family or individual showing interest in becoming a host family will need to go through a set state background check, which is a fairly easy process. You can do it online, and they will send you the results. References will need to be given as to how the person handles youth or handles kids or works with kids, and from a pastor or a community leader or from a boss to find out their stability and leadership ability. And a general interview process will transpire with the family that will be hosting as well as with the youth. A training process will also be required of the family to make sure that they know what is expected of them as well as what is expected of the youth. This will be done in order to for protective reasons, to protect the family as well as the youth, and protection and education for the host family as well as the youth.